The following is a presentation of WRDN Sports. Welcome to the Panther Preview, brought to you by Advent Health of Durand. It's time to feel whole with Advent Health. To learn more, visit adventhealth.com. Now, with today's Panther Preview, here is Brian Winnekins.
From Durand, Arkansas High School, tonight, boys high school basketball as Durand, Arkansas hosts Chetek Weyerhaeuser in a Dunn-St. Croix matchup. This is the Advent Health Panther Preview, brought to you by Advent Health of Durand. It's time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit their website at adventhealth.com. It's the first meeting between these two teams. Durand, Arkansas is 9-0 in the Dunn-St. Croix, 12-3 overall after their 82-48 win over Plum City Elmwood, while Chetek Weyerhaeuser 6-4 in the conference, 14-4 overall after their 45-43 win over Spring Valley. For the Panthers tonight, Brett Brydung is the leading scorer with 13 points a game. He's also the leading rebounder as well at 5 rebounds a game. For Chetek Weyerhaeuser, Jude Pop is the leading scorer, 16 points a game. Ethan Brown is the leading rebounder at 6 rebounds a game. Coming up on the Advent Health Panther Preview, we'll talk with Durand, Arkansas head coach Justin Radetzky about the game tonight against Chetek Weyerhaeuser and the win against Plum City Elmwood. On the way, we'll tell you who's playing where on our Durand Fresh Market scoreboard. That's coming up next on the Advent Health Panther Preview, brought to you by Advent Health of Durand. It's time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit their website at adventhealth.com. It's Durand, Arkansas boys basketball on WRDN.
What does it mean to feel whole? For some, it's omega-3s, high fives, or shuffleboard. Yes. It's kale, kiwi, kumquats, all together. Whatever helps you feel whole, Advent Health is here to support it. We're here to heal what hurts, ease your mind, and lift your spirit with world-class medical expertise and compassionate whole-person care. So go for it. Get back on your feet. Overcome the odds. Live your best life and feel whole with Advent Health. To learn more, visit adventhealth.com.
Welcome back to the Advent Health Panther Preview, brought to you by Advent Health of Durand. It's time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit their website at adventhealth.com. As we get ready for tonight's Durand, Arkansas Chetek Weyerhaeuser boys basketball game, let's run down the schedule tonight on our Durand Fresh Market scoreboard. Durand Fresh Market, your hometown grocery store. In boys basketball tonight in the Dairyland Conference, Osceola Fairchild at Cochran Fountain City. Melrose Mindoro travels to Eau Claire Emmanuel Lutheran. Gilmanton Independence is at Oliva Strum. Augusta plays at Alma Center Lincoln. Blair Taylor travels to Whitehall. Meanwhile, in the Dunn-St. Croix Conference tonight, along with the Chetek Weyerhaeuser Durand, Arkansas game, Alma Pepin is traveling to Boyceville. And in the Middle Border Conference tonight, Altoona at Amory. Osceola travels to Baldwin Woodville. Prescott hosting Ellsworth. St. Croix Central is at Somerset. Girls basketball tonight in the Dairyland Conference, Oliva Strum at Alma Pepin. That game being held at Pepin High School. Meanwhile, in the Dunn-St. Croix Conference, Durand, Arkansas at Glenwood City. Clear Lake travels to Spring Valley. Mondovi is at Colfax. Chetek Weyerhaeuser travels to Boyceville. And in the Middle Border Conference tonight, Amory is at St. Croix Central. You can follow the Durand Fresh Market scoreboard on the sports page of our website at realcountry1430.com. Coming up on the Advent Health Panther Preview, well, we're going to talk with Durand, Arkansas head coach Justin Radetzky about the game against Plum City Elmwood and tonight's game against Chetek Weyerhaeuser. That's coming up next on the Advent Health Panther Preview, brought to you by Advent Health of Durand. It's time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit their website at adventhealth.com. It's Durand, Arkansas boys basketball on WRDN.
What does it mean to feel whole? For some, it's omega-3s, high fives, or shuffleboard. Yes. It's kale, kiwi, kumquats, all together. Whatever helps you feel whole, Advent Health is here to support it. We're here to heal what hurts, ease your mind, and lift your spirit with world-class medical expertise and compassionate whole-person care. So go for it. Get back on your feet. Overcome the odds. Live your best life and feel whole with Advent Health. To learn more, visit adventhealth.com.
Welcome back to the Advent Health Panther Preview, brought to you by Advent Health of Durand. Time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit their website at adventhealth.com as we get ready for tonight's Durand, Arkansas Chetek Weyerhaeuser boys basketball game. Joining us right now, Durand, Arkansas head coach Justin Radetzky. Coach,
finished well. Took on Plum City Elmwood on Tuesday, part of that doubleheader. Very nice win.
It was a good win. We came out, really got after them in our pressure, and to get out to a big lead like we did to start was just nice to kind of allow us to get a lot of rotations in there and get a lot of guys some minutes, and the guys seemed to have a good time with it. And I think that pressure really got after them and got us out in transition, and guys were making buckets, making threes, making layups, and it was just a lot of fun, a real fun night.
It's one of those things when things are going well, it kind of snowballs in your favor. It's the opposite, like when Weyerhaeuser lights you up with all those threes. Well, this was the opposite of that.
It was, and it's nice that we get that once in a while, and hopefully it's something you can, kind of roll on a little bit, have that confidence going down the home stretch of the season here. But real impressed with a lot of the guys on how they played that night, sharing the ball, and a lot of assists and different guys getting buckets. It was just nice to see.
Talking with Durand, Arkansas head coach Justin Radetsky tonight, taking on a new team for us in the Dunn St. Croix Conference, Chetek Weyerhaeuser. This is our first time ever playing them. So what does the film show you with the Bulldogs?
Oh, they got some guys that can really, light it up from downtown is the best way to say it. They got three guys that really throw them up there. One of them's already, I think, shot 160-some threes already. So they want to, get you from downtown. If that stretches you out, then they can, drive and dish. They run a lot of similar stuff with our 5-out offense what they do. But yeah, they like to get it up from downtown and shoot it from deep. So we got to make sure we get out and contest those, but then get the rebounds too. If there's long rebounds, we got to go get those, and hopefully that can lead out to some transition stuff for us.
And so, really, the way to beat that is to contest it, but not have a zone, because that's really what breaks the zone is those threes like that, because there's always that moment where it's open.
Yeah, there's usually those gaps and stuff where those good shooters would find that gap where they can get themselves open in a zone. So you wouldn't expect that from us too much tonight, but we haven't done a lot of zone all year, and we don't have the rim protector like we had last year in Dane. So it's something that we've kind of gone away from, and just the way this team's been playing their man defense has been really nice, really impressive, and they communicate. We might have to switch out on stuff, and hopefully our guys jump out on those shooters and know where those shooters are at.
Talking with Durand, Arkansas head coach Justin Radetsky. Okay, so what do they like to do on defense?
I've seen a lot of man-to-man, but they'll throw a few little zones in there once in a while. They're primarily man-to-man. I'll tell my guys that, to expect man, and they'll come out in zones. So you never know. We got to be ready for everything, especially this time of year. We should have most of that stuff in. So, a lot of man-to-man is what I've seen on film, but they do sprinkle in a few zones.
Do they like to press, or are they more of a half-court defense?
More, from what I've seen, more half-court. But you never know, and depending on the time in the game and everything going on, you might see a little pressure from them.
Talking with Durand, Arkansas head coach Joshua Radetsky this evening. So with a brand new team, do you like that we're a little bit later in the year, so now you kind of get to see how things are set up, or do you like to have that team like this right at the beginning of the year, brand new team, let's just see what happens?
It is always nice for conference teams to get that one earlier in the normal, rotation. So this is a little different, not knowing them. You play them now and you play them in a couple more weeks, but it'll be fun. We played them this summer up in Altoona League, so you kind of know who some of these guys are, given it's summer ball. But it's fun to see and fun to play different teams and the new team to our conference and show them what it's like in Durand and how we play and what we do. And it's just, fun to get that different matchup that you're not used to.
It's going to be a fun one tonight. We'll talk to you after the game.
All right, sounds good.
Durand, Arkansas head coach Justin Radetsky on the way. Starting lineups tip-off, Durand, Arkansas and Chetek Weyerhaeuser in a Dunn St. Croix Conference boys basketball matchup. Coming up next on Real Country 1430 AM stereo, WRDN, Durand, Bondovi, Wabasha, and 107.3 FM translator W297CH Durand.
What does it mean to feel whole? For some, it's omega-3s, high fives, or shuffleboard. Yes. It's kale, kiwi, kumquats, all together. Whatever helps you feel whole, Advent Health is here to support it. We're here to heal what hurts, ease your mind, and lift your spirit. with world-class medical expertise and compassionate whole-person care. So go for it. Get back on your feet. Overcome the odds. Live your best life and feel whole with Advent Health. To learn more, visit adventhealth.com.
No other race is this iconic.
Richard Petty will win the Daytona 500. The Petty crew jumping up and down on pit road. This Daytona 500 has had it all.
No other race is this thrilling.
Truex on the inside, Hamlin on the outside, and too close to call.
No other race is this life-changing.
Trevor Bayne gets the win for the Wood Brothers.
The 68th running of the Daytona 500.
February 15th, starting at 12:30 here on Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN.
Your computer is a radio. Log on to realcountry1430.com to listen online. Brought to you by Prime Realty of Durand.
And welcome back to Durand, Arkansas High School. Moments away from tonight's Durand, Arkansas Chetek Weyerhaeuser boys basketball game. I'm Brian Winnekins. A special welcome to the members of the military listening to our broadcast on our streaming audio service at our website at realcountry1430.com. We would like to say thank you for your service, and we hope tonight's broadcast brings you a taste of home wherever you may be serving. Streaming audio being brought to you by Adams Super Service, your Partners Network Car Care Center downtown Durand, and Prime Realty of Durand, the area's #1 home seller. Visit their website at primerealtymidwest.com. Also, welcome to those of you watching our broadcast on our streaming video service at our website. That is in partnership with the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, and also those of you watching on the Durand, Arkansas School District YouTube channel and NTech Channel 99. From the JV game earlier tonight, Durand, Arkansas won that game by a score of 52-28. So JV game again from earlier tonight, and we are going to be going courtside now with the Durand, Arkansas Pep Band for our national anthem.
And remove your hats and join the coaches, players, and officials in honoring America and those who defend it as the Durand, Arkansas Panther Pep Band performs our national anthem.
Durand, Arkansas Pep Band with tonight's national anthem. All right, let's give you our starting lineups tonight for the Chetek Weyerhaeuser Bulldogs. They are 6-4 in the Dun St. Croix, 14-4 overall. Coming out will be number 0, senior Broderick Olson. Number 3, senior Ethan Brown. Number 10, senior Luke Anderson. Number 12, senior Elliott Reen. And number 24, junior Jude Poppy. And the Bulldogs in their purple uniforms with the orange stripes down the side and the white numerals. And now for the Durand, Arkansas Panthers, 9-0, first place in the Dun St. Croix, 12-3 overall. Coming out, number 4, senior Ethan Mack. Number 5, junior Dylan Berger. Number 11, senior Billy Weisenbeck. Number 24, senior Max Anderson. And number 33, senior Brett Brydong. And the Panthers with the white uniforms, the purple numerals, And the purple stripes down the side of those uniforms as well. Panthers will be going from right to left. The Bulldogs left to right. All right, so we are ready to go. Enjoy the broadcast tonight. Weisenbeck will be at center to face Anderson for the tip. Ball's up and tipped, and it's going to be controlled by the Panthers. We're underway. Over to Weisenbeck now. Weisenbeck on the right wing. Weisenbeck now over to Berger. Berger, he'll drive in from the right wing. Drives inside, puts up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Olsen. And Olsen across the timeline now for the Bulldogs. Over to Poppy. Poppy now kicks it over to Brown. Top of the key. Round the horn we go now to Anderson. Anderson over to Poppy. Poppy, top of the key. Tries to drive inside. Whistle foul. Foul will be on the Panthers. Going to be on Mack. And so inbounding it now to our right will be Reen. Reen to inbound it. Looking, and inbounds it now. 3-ball quickly on the way. Shot no good. Rebounded by Weisenbeck. And Weisenbeck brings it back the other way for the Panthers. Still no score. Weisenbeck drives in, puts up the shot, overlays it. No good. Rebounded by Anderson. Anderson hands it back off to Olsen. Olsen across the timeline now for the Bulldogs. Now onto the wing to Anderson. Anderson right wing, top of the key now to Poppy. Poppy, 3-ball shot short, no good. And the Panthers say, we'll just let it go out of bounds. It's our ball. And so inbounding it to our right is Berger. Berger now will inbound it to Mack. Mack will bring it up across the timeline for the Panthers. Still no score. Weisenbeck now onto the left wing. Weisenbeck cross-court pass now to Mack. Mack whistle, travel. So it goes back to the Bulldogs. Still no score. 16:53 remaining in the first half. And Brown to inbound it. Inbounds it now to Poppy. Here comes the trap at center court. Poppy now manages to get across the timeline. Hands it off to Brown. Brown now back to Olsen. Olsen at center. Over to Reen. Reen thought about the three on the left wing. Said, nope, better not do that. Now he says, no, better not again. Gets to the top of the key to Poppy. Poppy, he's going to try to drive inside. Kicks it back out the other way. Now top of the key to Brown. Brown back inside now. Oh, driving the lane is Reen. Puts up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Mack. Still no score. Mack now across the timeline. Mack now, Brydung nearly lost it, but regains control. Now over to Weisenbeck, top of the key. Weisenbeck head fakes the three, tries to work off the screen, can't do it. Onto the right wing now to Mack. Mack now looks for a cutter. Nope, he's going to drive inside. Shot blocked. Nice block, but back inside now after Anderson gets it. Then hands it back off to Mack. That initial block was by Anderson. 3-ball from top of the key. Brydung shot no good. And rebounding it is Poppy. Here comes the trap at half court. Poppy gets it across the timeline now to Brown. And Brown fakes left, goes right, drives inside, stops, shot off the glass, no good. Tipped up, but Weisenbeck comes up with it. Weisenbeck lets everybody go by over to Mack. Now Mack, right wing, 3-ball off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Brown. Brown now back to Reen. Reen quickly across the timeline for the Bulldogs. Still no score. Over to Brown now. Brown back to Poppy. Poppy, top of the key, drives inside. Stop, shot off the glass. Overlays it, no good. Rebounded by Berger. Berger to Mack. Mack left wing. Mack now back to the top of the key now. Mack says, okay, let's reset this up. Brydung, you go this way. Anderson, you come that way. All right, gets it off to Anderson. Anderson now looking for a cutter. Finds Weisenbeck in the lane. Tries to split two defenders. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. I think by Olsen. It'll stay Panther ball. And so Brydung to inbound it to our left. Brydung inbounds it to Mack. Mack right wing. Cannot drive inside. Back to Brydung right wing. Squares up. 3-ball on the way. Shot no good. Rebounded by Berger. Berger has to kick it back out to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck in the corner. Now back out towards center to Mack. Mack to Berger. Berger left wing. Cross-court pass to Brydung right wing. Brydung looking for a cutter. No one there. Now to Weisenbeck right corner. Weisenbeck to Brydung. Bounce pass to Anderson inside. Turnaround jumper. Short, no good. And rebounded by the Bulldogs. Coming up with the rebound is Reen. Reen back to Olsen. Still no score. Olsen across the timeline. Over to Reen now. Reen top of the key. Reen now over to Brown. Brown looking for a cutter. Finds Reen inside. Kicks it back out. High-low. Nope, they didn't go. Back over to Olsen. Olsen, whoa! Long three-ball shot. No good. And it's going to be out of bounds. Trying to save it. Crashing into the Panther bench was Reen. Chairs go flying, the whole deal. It'll go back to the Panthers. And inbound it now to Mack. And 13:59 remaining, no score. Mack across the timeline for the Panthers. Over to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck now to Anderson. Anderson top of the key to Breidung. Breidung works off the screen, but has to kick it back out to the wing. Anderson now top of the key over to Weisenbeck. Left wing, three ball on the way. Shot no good. Rebounded by Olsen. Olsen back to Poppy. Poppy quickly across the timeline for the Bulldogs. And out of the top of the key to Reen. Reen over to Brown. Brown on the left wing. Inside pass to no one. And out of bounds, Panther ball. And so inbounding it now is Berger. Berger inbounds it to Mack. Mack now across the timeline for the Panthers. Now to Anderson. Anderson on the right wing. Back out to Breidung. Breidung over to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck left wing. Weisenbeck fakes left. Now he tries to drive into the lane. Can't do it. Kicks it back out to Breidung on the right wing. Breidung now to Anderson. Anderson's bounce pass, whistle, foul. Foul will be on number 12. It's going to be on Reen. Still no score. 13:03 remaining in the half. As Breidung inbounding it. Inbounds it to Weisenbeck. Can't hang on to it. It gets loose ball. Coming up with it is Reen. Reen quickly back the other way now. Reen now over to Anderson. Anderson on the right wing. Back out to the top of the key to Poppy. Poppy now to Olsen on the right wing. And now hands it off to Poppy. Three ball on the way. Shot no good. And rebounded by the Panthers. That's Berger with the rebound. 12:38, no score. Berger kicks it over to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck head fakes the three. Now drives inside. Puts up a circus shot. Hey, we got a score. 2-0 Panthers. 12:26 remaining. And across the timeline is Poppy now. Poppy passes it off to Reen. Reen, inside pass tipped by Berger. Anderson saves it back to Weisenbeck. Nice save. Weisenbeck on the far side. Across the timeline now. Comes down to the wing. Now he gets cut off. He has to kick it back out to Mack. Mack, top of the key. Over to Breidung. Breidung, right wing. Three ball on the way. Shot rims out. No good. Rebounded by Anderson. Anderson up and in. Makes it 4-0 Panthers. Over to Poppy now. Full court Panther press this time. Poppy on the far side gets it across the timeline to Anderson. Anderson, inside pass, intercepted. Intercepted Mack to Breidung. Breidung lays it up and in. Timeout. Chetek Weyerhaeuser. 6-0 Panthers lead, 11:39 remaining. Thank you to our high school sponsors, including Durand Napa. Farmers visit Durand Napa for custom hoses, bulk fluids, filters, tools, and all the parts you need to keep that farm equipment running through the winter on the farm with Napa know-how from Durand Napa. Riverside Plaza, your Napa Car Care Center, open for your car care needs. Riverside Plaza, located at Durand Napa, Madison Street, Durand. Annabis Silo, your Husqvarna and Toro Lawn and Garden Equipment dealers. Highway 25, Durand. Bauer Plumbing and Septic Service, offering plumbing and septic services for new construction or home repair. Call Chris at Bauer Plumbing and Septic, 672-8224. Amplify Health by Gunderson Mondovi Clinic, affiliated with Gunderson Whitehall, and Thrivent Financial of Durand. Your Thrivent Financial advisors are Tracy Fairweather and Carrie Scott, located at 114 West Main Street, Durand. Thrivent Financial, a strong and stable partner at your side. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business. Tell them thank you for supporting our broadcast. Without the help of these businesses and organizations, we wouldn't be here tonight. So please thank our sponsors. All right, 6-0 Panthers, 11:39 remaining here in the first half. After the timeouts, Brown to inbound it for the Bulldogs. And so inbounded to Olsen. Olsen now cross-court pass to Poppy. Then full-court Panther press. Poppy now. Bounce pass to Olsen. Olsen now will get across the timeline for the Bulldogs. He's still got the trap going, knocked out of bounds by Fuentes, who is now in for the Panthers. So Brown to inbound it to our right. Brown inbounds it now to Poppy. Poppy now cross-court pass to Wood, who is in. Wood back over to Olsen here on the right wing. Comes down to the top of the key, into the lane. Kicks it back out to the corner to Hamley. Hamley now in the right corner has to just hand it to Olsen. Olsen here on the right wing. Hands it off to Brown. Brown inside to Hamley. Back out to Olsen. 3-ball on the way. Shot good by Olsen from the right wing to make it 6-3 Panthers. Mack now will bring it up across the timeline for the Panthers. And Mack now comes down to the left wing. Hands it off to Kraleski. Kraleski top of the key for the Panthers. Tries to drive inside. Can't do it. Gets it back out to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck back at center. We'll try that all again. Weisenbeck now over to Kraleski. Kraleski right wing. Kraleski works off the screen. Drives into the lane. Kicks it over the corner. Brydung left corner. 3-ball on the way. Ribs out. No good. And Fuentes crashing the glass. Gets the rebound. Back to Brydung. Cross-court pass to Weisenbeck. Right wing. Head fake. On the 3, whistle foul. And the foul is on the Bulldogs. Foul will be on number 5. That's going to be on Hamley. Anderson coming back in for the Panthers. Comes in for Weisenbeck, who goes off limping. So Brydung to inbound it to our left. Panthers leading 6-3, 10:25 remaining in the half. Brydung looking over to Anderson, right wing now out to Kraleski. Kraleski now over to Brydung. Brydung right wing. Looking for anyone inside, no one home. Now bounce pass inside to Anderson. Anderson kicks it back out to the top of the key. Fuentes head fakes, drives into the lane, splits 2 defenders, up and in. Nice job by Fuentes to drive inside to make it 8-3 Panthers. Inbounded to Olsen. Full court Panther press. So once again, Poppy now. It loses the ball. Coming up with it is Mack. Mack to Brydung. Brydung lays it up and gets the shooter's roll. 10-3 now, Panthers. Inbounded to Brown. Brown gets across the timeline now. Driving on the left wing is Wood. Kicks it back out to the top of the key to Poppy. Poppy now at the top of the key now to Brown on the left wing. Back out to Wood. Wood top of the key, drives into the lane, kicks it back out the other way. Whistle, offensive foul. As Brydung draws the offensive foul as Wood ran him over. And so to go back to the Panthers. So inbounded to Mack. Panthers lead 10-3, 9:30 remaining in the half. And Mack now across the timeline, works off the screen, kicks it to Kraleski. Kraleski right wing, 3-ball, shot short, no good. And crashing the glass, loose ball, goes to the bleachers, and it is off of the Panthers. All right. And so inbounded now to Olsen. Olsen to Poppy. Poppy cross-court pass to Olsen. Olsen now will get across the timeline for the Bulldogs. Down to the left wing is Brown. Brown inside pass. Poppy driving the lane. Puts up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Mack. Mack quickly across the timeline over to Kraleski. Kraleski spin move. Kicks it back out to the top of the key. Anderson 3-ball on the way. Shot no good. Tipped out. Coming up with it is Brydung. Hide off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Hamley. And Hamley loses the ball. Whistle foul. Foul will be on Fuentes. Oh, they're going to, yep, foul on Fuentes, all right. And so it'll be Bulldog ball. Panthers leading 10-3, 8:47 remaining. So inbounding it is Reen. Reen inbounds it now to Olsen. Olsen cross-court pass to Wood. Wood not across the timeline yet. Gets across the timeline, works off the screen, comes down to the left wing, hands it off to Olsen. Cross-court pass nearly intercepted, but coming up with it is Reen. 3-ball from the right wing. Shot off the back of the rim, no good. Crash in the glass is Berger, and he gets fouled. Foul will be on Hamley. So it's Panther ball. Fuentes to inbound it to our right. Inbounds it now to Berger. Berger across the timeline for the Panthers. Panthers leading 10-3. Berger drives inside. Stop. Shot. Good. Wow. Nice shot by Berger. And so inbounded to Olsen. Olsen's pass intercepted by Królewski to Breidung. Breidung keeps it himself. Whistle foul. They'll go to the line for 2. Foul will be on Olsen. So to the line for 2 is Breidung. Thank you to the Goodrich Funeral Home, serving the Durand area for 5 generations. Find out about pre-planning funeral services by visiting goodrichfh.com. First free throw, no good. Alcivia, your certified Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster distributor, Alcivia Durand. SFB, Security Financial Bank, where they're having the Chippewa Valley Agriculture Conference on February 9th at Florian Gardens in Eau Claire. Visit the SFB website for more information. And Advent Health of Durand. It's time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit their website at adventhealth.com. Breidung makes the second shot to make it 13-3 Panthers. And inbounded now to Wood. Wood splits 2 defenders, gets across the timeline quickly as the Panthers had that full court press. Wood then loses the ball as Berger causing all kinds of interference and problems. And he lost the ball, and it goes back to the Panthers, so inbounded to Mack. Mack now across the timeline for the Panthers. Over to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck left wing. Weisenbeck now to Królewski. Królewski to Weisenbeck, staying on the left. Round the horn we go now, over to Berger. Berger's going to drive into the lane, splits 2 defenders, puts up the shot off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Hamling. Hamling, lost the ball. Coming up, losing the ball was Reen. And Mack comes up with it, hands it off to Królewski. Whistle foul. As Królewski did the head fake. Foul's going to be on Reen, and that'll be his second. Going to the line for 2 now is Królewski. Thank you to Sundstrom & Company, your local tax experts. Yep, it's tax time. Call Sundstrom & Company at 672-4425 to schedule your appointment today. First free throw, no good. Shaw's LP Gas and Appliance, offering a full line of Whirlpool appliances along with installation and service. Shaw's LP Gas and Appliance, downtown Durand. And NTech, your premier communications and entertainment provider, Durand. Free throw on the way, off the back of the rim, no good. Królewski gets his own rebound, drives the post, up and in. Well, he's like, sorry, I didn't make the free throws, but hey, I got the rebound. I'll just make the shot anyway. Why not? So over to Wood now. 15-3 Panthers. Here comes the trap. Cross-court pass to Poppy. Poppy gets across the timeline for the Bulldogs. Onto the left wing now is Olsen. That is Anders Olsen. Olsen, cross-court pass now to Reen. Reen, 3-ball on the way is good by Reen. 15-6 now, Panthers. And across the timeline is Berger. Berger now gets it over to Mack. Mack now comes over to the top of the key, into the lane. Stop, shot, short, no good. Tipped up by Weisenbeck, loose ball. And coming up with it is Reen. Reen now will come across the timeline for the Bulldogs. Comes down to the left wing. Now retreats back out, now back into the left corner over to Olsen. Olsen looking for a cutter inside, can't find one, tries to drive inside now. And cross-court pass to Reen. Reen top of the key now to Olsen. Olsen around the horn we go to Poppy. Poppy now looking for anyone inside, no one there. Fakes left, goes right, now does a spin move, puts up the tough shot, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Mack. And Mack now will come across the timeline for the Panthers. Panthers leading 15-6. Off the screen from Weisenbeck to Fuentes. Fuentes fakes the 3. Now to Królewski left corner. Back to Fuentes on the wing. Now over to Berger. Berger hesitates, kicks it back out now to Królewski. Królewski left corner, stop. Kicks it back out to Berger. 3-ball from the left corner. Shot off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Anderson. Anderson over to Wood. Wood across the timeline now for the Bulldogs. Onto the left wing now to Reen. Into the corner now to Anderson. Anderson back to Poppy on the right wing. Around the horn we go now. Over onto the left side is Wood. Wood tries to drive inside, can't do it. Now he has to get a little help here, and he's going to run out of time. Finally has to hand it off to Olsen. Olsen comes back out towards center. As Olsen now kicks it out. 3-ball on the way by Poppy. Shot short, no good. Rebounded by Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck over to Berger. Berger across the timeline for the Panthers. As Panthers leading 15-6, approaching the 5-minute mark. Now over to Berger, head fakes the three, kicks it back out to the wing. Over to Kraleski, drives inside, puts up the shot, partially blocked. Weisenbeck comes up with it, loose ball, and still a loose ball, whistle foul. Foul will be on Olsen for the Bulldogs, so it's Panther ball. Brydung and Anderson coming back in. Kraleski is coming out, and along with Fuentes. Coming back in as Berger. Oh, going to the line now is Berger. Oh, we have the 1-1 for the Panthers. Bonus rest of the way. And first free throw on the way off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Brydung. Brydung over to Mack. Mack left wing. Drives inside. Kicks it back out to Weisenbeck. Right wing. 3-ball shot short. No good. Whistle foul. Foul will be on Brydung. And so Brown to inbound it now to our left. 15-6 Panthers lead. 4:40 remaining in the half. Inbounded to Poppy. Poppy now. Here comes the trap. Has to get it over to Olsen. Still not across the timeline. Back to Poppy. Poppy across the timeline now for the Bulldogs. Kicks it back out to the wing. Round the horn we go. Here comes the 3-ball. Olsen. Shot rims out. No good. And crashing the glass is Mack with the rebound. A bomb over to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck left wing. Lets everybody catch back up now. Back to Mack. Mack at center. Mack now over to Anderson. Left wing. Anderson looking for Brydung inside. He's going to kick it back out. And Weisenbeck left corner. Head fakes the three. Oh, he puts the ball on the ground off his foot. Coming up with a loose ball is the Bulldogs. And Olsen across the timeline now. Over to Brown. Brown top of the key now to Poppy. Poppy swings out from the wing. Now he drives in from the top of the key. Puts up a tough shot. No good. Rebounded by Anderson to Brydung. Brydung's pass intercepted. Intercepted by Brown. Back the other way comes Olsen. 3:36 remaining in the half. Panthers lead 15-6. Over to Anderson now. Anderson on the wing. Back to the top of the key to Brown. Kicks it over to Olsen now. Olsen over to Poppy. Poppy, top of the key. 3-ball shot, no good. And rebounded by Brydung. And Brydung now across the timeline for the Panthers. Over to Berger. Berger now to Anderson. Back to Berger, top of the key. Hands it off to Brydung. Brydung left wing. 3-ball on the way. Shot off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Anderson. Anderson to Poppy. Bulldogs across the timeline now. Back across court to Anderson. Anderson now trying to get around Weisenbeck. Here comes the trap. And he nearly lost the ball, but coming up with it is Brown. Brown dishes it off inside to Olsen. Olsen puts up a shot, no good. Anderson saves it, falling out of bounds, back to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck quickly across the timeline for the Panthers. Now to Mack. Mack now, or that was Berger. Berger to Mack. Mack now comes back out to the top of the key. Now to Anderson. Anderson thought about the three, said nope, not going to do it. Mack now fakes left, goes right, drives inside, up and in. Ethan Mack with the nice drive inside to make it 17-16 Panthers. And now to Poppy. Full court Panther press once again. Poppy gets across the timeline now to Anderson. Anderson passes it off to Hamley. Hamley stops, shot, good. And inbounded now to Berger. 17-8 Panthers, under 2 minutes remaining. Our Ansane Associates and Security Financial Bank halftime show coming out. Brydung now left wing, 3-ball on the way, shot's good. First three of the night for the Panthers. 20-8 now. And quickly, bomb back the other way to Brown. Up, shot over, lays it, no good. Rebounded to Berger. Berger quickly back the other way for the Panthers. Puts up the shot, and it gets the shooter's roll inside to make it 22-8. Now to Poppy, minute 26 remaining. Poppy now bounce pass to Olsen here on the near side. Now he'll get across the timeline. Comes down to the right wing. Olsen whistle foul. Foul will be, I think, on the Panthers. Yep. Foul is going to be on Berger. Kraleski coming back in for the Panthers as Brydung takes a seat. Inbounding it to our right will be Poppy. Poppy inbounds it now to Brown. Brown, top of the key. He's going to drive inside. Tried to dish it off to Anderson. Tipped out of bounds, I think, by the Panthers. And I think that was Max Anderson tipping it out. So Poppy to inbound it to our right. Poppy now looking and gets it out to Brown. Brown back inside to Luke Anderson. Puts up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Max Anderson for the Panthers. Kraleski across the timeline. Now over to Berger. Berger, top of the key. He's going to drive into the lane. Stop, shot, whistle, foul. And excuse me, foul is going to be on Luke Anderson. Going to the line for 2 is Berger. And thank you to Ansay & Associates, your auto owner's agent, downtown Durand. Jerry Bear & Sons with custom-made feed for livestock from Hubbard Feeds, located by Annabas Silo, Highway 25 Durand. First free throw is good. Riverland Energy, your Touchstone Energy partner, and the Chen Fitz-Smith Funeral Home serving the Mondovi area. Find out about pre-planning funeral services. Visit chenfit-smithfuneralhome.com. Next free throw on the way. Berger makes them both. To make it 24-8 Panthers with 57 seconds remaining. Halftime coming up. Stolen. Oh, wow. Knocked away by Mack. Back to Berger. Up and in. And nearly stolen again. This time Kraleski on the foul. It'll stay Bulldog ball with 45 seconds remaining. And inbounded to Poppy. Poppy now quickly across the timeline for the Bulldogs. Poppy keeps it himself down to the right baseline. Kicks it back out to Olsen. Olsen now on the wing to Poppy. Right wing. Poppy has Weisenbeck in front of him. Gets cut off. He has to kick it back out to Olsen. Olsen, 3 ball on the way. Shot's good. Wow. Olsen with a long 3. And 22 seconds remaining. 26-11 Panther. And coming across the timeline is Kraleski. Kraleski now kicks it over to Berger. 3 ball from the right corner is good. Dylan Berger with a 3 to make it 29-11 Panthers. And Olsen now loses the ball. Anderson back over to Mack. Puts up the shot. Overlays it. Tipped up in. And we're at halftime. 29-11 Panthers leading. Listening to Durand, Arkansas boys basketball on WRDN.
Time for the SFB Security Financial Bank and Ansay & Associates Halftime Show. Brought to you by Security Financial Bank. Secure your future at Security Financial Bank, Durand, River Falls, Eau Claire, Ladysmith, Bloomer, and Black River Falls. And by Ansay & Associates, your local auto owner's insurance agent, downtown Durand.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Your auto owner's agent serving the Durand area is Ansay & Associates, downtown Durand.
ABC News, I'm Chuck Sievertson. Trying for a compromise spending plan for the Department of Homeland Security. A list of proposed reforms from Senate Democrats includes an end to administrative warrants to enter private homes and an end to masks worn by federal agents. The White House has signaled the president views some items as negotiable, others non-starters. On his podcast today, former Trump advisor Steve Bannon called on the Trump administration to deploy immigration agents to polling places for the midterm elections this November. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
That's not something I've ever heard the president consider, no.
Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton now says she and former President Bill Clinton want to testify publicly before House lawmakers about Jeffrey Epstein. The Clintons deny any personal knowledge of him. Republican Congressman James Comer, the chairman, insisting a closed hearing is best. They believe the mother of Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie is kidnapped, say Arizona's Pima County Sheriff. This is ABC News.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Farmers, you're invited to the Chippewa Valley Agriculture Conference presented by Security Financial Bank, February 19th at Florian Gardens in Eau Claire. Come meet with local agriculture experts and learn strategies to grow your bottom line. Only $30 to attend. Lunch is included. To register, visit sfbank.com. The Chippewa Valley Agriculture Conference, February 19th at Florian Gardens in Eau Claire, presented by Security Financial Bank. Bankers who believe in agriculture. Member FDIC.
With the NBA trade deadline winding down, the Bucks have reportedly indicated to teams they are keeping Giannis Antetokounmpo through the deadline and will start making other moves. I'm Bill Scott with Sports. ESPN reporting the Bucks did not feel the urgency to move Giannis before their deadline. Both sides are expected to re-examine a potential deal in the offseason. The Bucks did make at least one move today, sending guards Cole Anthony and Amir Coffey to the Phoenix Suns for Nick Richards and former Badger Nigel Hayes-Davis. Team USA knocked off Czechia 5-1 to open the Winter Olympic Games today. Former Badger and longtime Olympian Hillary Knight scored her 13th career Olympic goal in the victory. Chris Gotterup fired an 8-under-63 to take a two-shot lead at the opening round of the PGA's Waste Management Phoenix Open. Matt Fitzpatrick fired a 6-under-65. He is 2 shots off of the lead. Bill Scott, Wisconsin Radio Network.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Your Auto Owners agent serving the Durand area is Ansay & Associates, downtown Durand.
Priest captures cookout clash. I'm Susie Armstrong. The story next on NASCAR Today. Love sprint car dirt track racing? Check out the Motor Racing Network's Wing Nation with Steve Post, Ashley Stremme, and the First Lady of Dirt Racing, World of Outlaws winner, Erin Evernham. Each week, Wing Nation goes in-depth with the stars of local tracks, high-limit racing, and the World of Outlaws. Check out Wing Nation interviews on the Wing Nation Facebook page, YouTube channel, or follow along on Instagram or X at Wing Nation. Your go-to for sprint car talk, Wing Nation.
Do you have an unused car, truck, motorcycle, boat, or RV taking up space? Put it to good use by donating it to the NASCAR Foundation. Proceeds help fund medical resources for children in our racing community. Your wheels can heal. Call 844-NASCAR-9 and we'll come tow away your vehicle for free. The process is quick and your gift is tax deductible. Call 844-NASCAR-9 to donate your vehicle to the NASCAR Foundation today. Your donation will help our children survive and thrive.
After starting 18th in the 23-car field, Ryan Preece stealthily made his way to the front, eventually leading the final 45 laps to win Wednesday's wild NASCAR Cup Series cookout clash at Bowman Gray Stadium. The RFK Racing driver later shared his connection with the historic venue that helped shape his future.
Extremely happy and proud to have had this opportunity to be holding this trophy at a racetrack that, I won here 12 years ago or 10 years ago, whatever it was. And this was part of that journey to be at the Cup level. And, I've been doing this full-time for the most part since 2019.
I'm Susie Armstrong. This is NASCAR Today on the Motor Racing Network.
At Security Financial Bank, we understand what it takes to grow what matters.
We know success doesn't happen overnight. It takes honest work, day in and day out. We value trust, leadership, and service. We are SFB. Bankers who believe in your farm, your family, your future. Bankers who believe in you. Learn more at sfbank.com. Member FDIC.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Your Auto Owners agent serving the Durand area is Ansay & Associates, downtown Durand.
Welcome back to Durand, Arkansas High School halftime. 29-11, Panthers leading. Also in the first quarter on our Durand Fresh Market scoreboard, Durand, Arkansas, the girls leading 19-4 over Glenwood City. That game going on in Glenwood City. And earlier tonight in the JV game, Durand, Arkansas won that game 52-28. Let's see. Kraleski has 3. Mack has 3. Berger has 11. Weisenbeck 2. Fuentes 2. Anderson 2. And Breidung has 8. As the Panthers leading by a score of 29-11. We do have second quarter basketball here coming up as it's Durand, Arkansas and Chetek Weyerhaeuser. Second half coming up here on Real Country 1430 AM stereo WRDN. Durand, Mondovi, Wabasha, 107.3 FM translator W297CH Durand.
The real deals come from Durand Fresh Market, and they can be found online. Download the Fresh Market Rewards app and sign up to have weekly deal alerts sent right to your phone. Find digital coupons and specials and earn reward points every time you shop at Durand Fresh Market. It's easy to use the app. Just add coupons and scan the app at the checkout. It's that easy. Visit the website at shopfreshmarkets.com for the latest weekly ad, extra national coupons, or to make product suggestions. Your hometown grocery store is Durand Fresh Market, downtown Durand, and online at shopfreshmarkets.com.
When your reputation is on the line, go to the Midwest leader, Bauer Built Tire and Service, for all your tire and service repair needs. They've been supplying cars, SUVs, light and medium truck tires, as well as farm tires since 1944. Plus, they've built their reputation on services such as alignments, brakes, and suspension work that will exceed your expectations. Stop in today at Bauer Built Tire and Service on Mall Drive in Eau Claire and in Durand. Bauer Built on service.
Turn your smartphone into a radio. Download the free Android app at realcountry1430.com. Brought to you by Prime Realty of Durand.
Welcome back to Durand, Arkansas High School as we're ready for the second half. Panthers leading 29-11. The Bulldogs will get the ball to start. They'll be going from right to left. The Panthers left to right here in this second half. So, inbounded to Poppy. We're underway. Poppy across the timeline for the Bulldogs now. Down to the right wing. Tries to get it inside. Intercepted by Mack. Mack now across the timeline to Kraleski. From the right wing. Spin move. Kicks it back out to Berger. Berger now on the right wing. Outside to Mack. Mack now kicks it to Weisenbeck. Left corner. Head fakes the 3. Says, nope, we're not going to do that. Comes over to the top of the key now. Hands it off to Berger. Berger drives into the lane. Puts up the shot. Up and in. Berger has 13 on the night. Inbounded to Poppy. Poppy cross-court pass to Olsen. Back to Poppy. So they get across the timeline now to Anderson. Anderson to Poppy. Poppy's pass is tipped inside, but coming up with it anyway is Reen. Reen puts up the shot, up and in. Reen got behind the defense. And across the timeline now is Mack. Mack over to Berger. Berger now to Anderson. Anderson top of the key for the Panthers. Anderson looking for a cutter. No one there. Has to hand it off to Mack, or to Berger rather. Berger on the left wing. Bounce pass inside to Anderson. Anderson splits 2 defenders, up and in. Max Anderson with his second basket of the night. 33-13 Panthers. Across the timeline now to Olsen. Olsen to Reen. Reen will get it over to Anderson. Anderson inside to Reen. Reen has to retreat though back out. Now he'll put up a 3-ball shot. No good. Rebounded by Berger. Berger to Mack. Mack now on the wing, drives in from the right wing, kicks it back out to Kraleski. Kraleski from the left corner, kicks it out to Weisenbeck outside. Back to Mack. Mack from the left corner. Bounce pass over to Kraleski, right corner. 3-ball is good by Kraleski. And makes it 36-13 now, Panthers. Over to Olsen. Olsen now to Poppy. Poppy across the timeline for the Bulldogs. Poppy keeps it himself. Does a spin move. Stop. Shot. No good. Rebounded by Anderson over to Kraleski. Kraleski quickly across the timeline for the Panthers. Now to Anderson. Anderson to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck left wing. Now to Mack. Mack looking for anyone inside. No one there. And so he's going to have to extend the outside to Berger. Berger to Weisenbeck. Head fakes the three from the left wing. Cross-court pass now over to Mack. Mack, 3-ball on the way. Shot short, no good. But rebounded by Kraleski. Shot blocked. And coming up with the loose ball is Reen. Reen to Olsen. Olsen across the timeline. Again, 36-13 Panthers. Now to Poppy. Poppy to the wing. Back out to Olsen. Olsen, 3-ball. Shot off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Berger. And Berger now will come across the timeline for the Panthers. Now to Mack. Mack over to Anderson. Anderson looking for someone inside. Now they kick it back out. Weisenbeck right wing. 3-ball. Shot no good. And rebounded by Reen. Reen on the far side gets across the timeline. Stolen. Oh, my word. Jump ball, they'll call it. Mack forced it. I thought he had it stolen. But they're going to call jump. It'll still go to the Panthers anyway. All right, so Kraleski to inbound it to Mack. And Mack now across the timeline for the Panthers. Over to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck now to Kraleski. Kraleski top of the key, squares up. 3-ball on the way is good by Kraleski to make it 39-13 now Panthers. Over to Poppy. Poppy across the timeline. Poppy quickly keeps it himself. Coast to coast is good. Whistle timeout. And it's going to be timeout Chetek Weyerhaeuser. All right. Panthers leading 39-15. And thank you to Bauer Built Tire. Let Bauer Built take care of your automotive needs. Give them a call at 672-8300 or visit them online at BauerBuilt.com. The Cottage, from floral arrangements to gifts for mom, holiday a week from this Saturday. Order now from the Cottage, downtown Durand. The JKO Auto Body Shop with car restoration and collision repairs. The JKO Auto Body Shop, Madison Street, Durand, and Durand Fresh Market, your hometown grocery store, Durand Fresh Market. Download the Durand Fresh Market app at shopfreshmarkets.com. Get weekly specials, additional coupons, and the weekly flyer and more from your hometown grocery store, Durand Fresh Market. All right, timeout is done. Panther ball. Panthers leading 39-15, 14:26 remaining in the game. And so inbounded to Mack. And Mack now will come across the timeline over to Fuentes, who's now in. Fuentes over to Kraleski. Kraleski cross-court pass to Mack on the left wing. Mack now will get it back out to Fuentes. Fuentes over to Kraleski. Kraleski inside to Fuentes. Back out to Berger. Berger right wing. 3-ball shot no good. And rebounded by Olsen. Olsen now to Anderson. Back to Olsen. And across the timeline comes Olsen now over to Brown. Brown to Olsen, top of the key. 3-ball on the way is good. To make it 39-18 now, Panthers. And across the timeline is Berger. Berger over to Fuentes. Fuentes now to Kraleski to Fuentes. Fuentes over to Berger in left corner. Back out to Fuentes, top of the key. 3-ball on the way is good by Fuentes to make it 42-18 Panthers. To Olsen. Olsen now will come across the timeline for the Bulldogs. Cross-court pass down to Poppy. Poppy now into the corner to Anderson. In the right corner now. Back out to Anderson, who drives the right baseline from the corner. And to make it 42-20. Across the timeline now is Mack. Mack over to Fuentes. Fuentes to Anderson. Anderson top of the key. Anderson now to Fuentes. Fuentes right wing. Squares up. 3 ball on the way is good by Fuentes. Another 3 for the Panthers. Inbounded to Poppy. Poppy over to Olsen. 45-20 Panthers. Back to Poppy. Poppy now to Brown. Whistle and a foul. The foul will be on Królewski, his second. And so inbounding it in front of us will be Olsen. 12:35 remaining in the game. 45-20 Panthers. Inbounded to Poppy. And Poppy now across the timeline. Poppy over to Hamley. Hamley on the right wing now to the top of the key to Olsen. Olsen now gets it over to Poppy. Poppy has to retreat back out. Looking for a cutter inside. Can't find anybody. Now to Brown. Brown left wing. Brown looking inside. Finds that Hamley inside. Hamley puts up the shot and in. And it makes it 45-22 Panthers as Mack across the timeline. Mack gets center now over to Anderson. Anderson on the right wing. Anderson looking for a cutter inside. Bounce pass now to Mack. Mack on the right wing. He'll try to drive into the lane. Can't do it. Has to retreat back out. Cross-court pass now to Królewski. Królewski now inside to Anderson. Anderson lays it up. Counted in the foul. And the foul will be on Hamley, his third. Going to the line now to complete the three-point play, Max Anderson. And free throw on the way, no good. And rebounded by Poppy. And so Poppy will bring it across the timeline now for the Bulldogs. And over to Wood and whistle and a foul. As driving inside was Hamley, and we'll see the fouls on the Panthers. Fouls on Max Anderson, all right. So inbounding it now to our left will be Poppy. Poppy gets it out to Brown. Brown top of the key now. Over to Poppy. Poppy on the left wing out to Brown. Staying on the outside. Cross-court pass to Wood. Wood tries to drive inside. Can't do it. Over to Poppy now. He'll have to come back to center. We'll try all this all over again. Poppy down to the right wing now. Hands it off to... looks like that is number 22, and that was Olsen. Whistle travel on Poppy. Excuse me. So inbounding it now will be Fuentes. Fuentes inbounds it to Królewski. Królewski now will bring it across the timeline. Królewski to Fuentes. Fuentes back over to Anderson. 3 ball on the way. Shot off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Poppy. And Poppy across the timeline now. To the top of the key. Cannot take the 3. Off to Wood. Wood on the right side now. Comes over to the top of the key. Keeps it himself. Kicks it back out to Poppy. Poppy left wing. 3 ball on the way. Shot off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Berger. Berger on the far side. Quickly across the timeline. Inside to Fuentes. Does a head fake. Up and in. 49-22 Panthers. And over to Wood. Wood not across the timeline yet. Wood now will get across the timeline quickly. Down to the right wing. Keeps it himself. Kicks it back out to the top of the key. Over to Poppy. Poppy's pass to an assistant coach out of bounds. It'll go back to the Panthers. So inbounded now to Berger. Berger will come across the timeline for the Panthers, leading 49-22 to Anderson. Anderson looking for a cutter. Now hands it off to Berger. Berger puts up a long 2 from the left baseline, up and in. And across the timeline is Olsen. Olsen's pass is tipped, but coming up with it is Wood. Wood now comes down to the left wing. Over to the top of the key. Cross-court pass to Anders Olsen. Over to Broderick Olsen. Now inside to Hamley. Hamley has to kick it back to the outside. Now back inside to Hamley. Oh, looked like he traveled. And whistle a foul. Foul will be on number 21. That'll be on Fuentes. And so going to the line for 2 is Hamley. And thank you to Numbers R Us, your daily money managers, 3rd Avenue West, Durand. Give Rhonda a call at 672-8093. Learn how a daily money manager can help your family. You can also visit Rhonda online at numbersrus.com. Durand Smokehouse, the hog sale going on right now at Durand Smokehouse. Highway 85 Durand and Provisions Health. Durand, healthcare your way. Learn more at provisions.health. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business. Tell them thank you for supporting our broadcasts here on WRDN. Without their help, we wouldn't be here. Next free throw, no good. And rebounded by Kraleski. So across the timeline now to Fuentes. Fuentes hands it off to Mack. Mack, top of the key now, hesitates. Bounce pass to Diepenbrock, who is now in. Back over to Berger. Berger over to Fuentes. Nearly lost it, but regains control. Now to Anderson. Anderson on the right wing. Inside pass to Berger. Berger puts up the shot in the lane. No good. And rebounded by Olsen. And Olsen across the timeline quickly for the Bulldogs. Olsen now. 3 ball on the way is good by Olsen. He has 12. 51-26 Panthers. 8:34 remaining. Over to Fuentes now. Fuentes across the timeline to Anderson. Anderson now to Fuentes, staying on the right wing. Fuentes tries to drive inside, loses the ball, regains control, kicks it out to Diepenbrock. Diepenbrock into the corner. Back over to Mack. Mack tries to drive in from the left wing, can't do it. Outside to Berger. Berger inside to Anderson. Anderson whistle, jump ball. So it'll go back to the Bulldogs as Luke Anderson to inbound it. Full court Panther press. Inbounds it to Wood. Wood now to Olsen. Panthers leading 51-26 as Olsen now across the timeline for the Bulldogs. Fakes right, goes left, drives inside, puts up the shot, up and in. Inbounded now to Mack. Mack will come across the timeline for the Panthers, leading 51-28. Diepenbrock now left wing, drives inside, tries to kick it back out, but it gets intercepted. Intercepted by Wood. Wood back the other way for the Bulldogs. Over to Poppy. Poppy on the right wing now. To Reen. Reen drives in from the right wing, kicks it back out. Poppy, whoa! Wow, that is one from downtown. 51-31 Panthers. And across the timeline now comes Berger. Berger to Mack. Mack over to Anderson. Anderson top of the key. Anderson now over to Fuentes, left wing. Fuentes tries to drive inside, can't do it. Now over to Berger. Berger back to the top of the key. He'll try it. Nope, kicks it back out to Mack. Mack left wing. He'll drive in. Bounce pass to Fuentes. Fuentes to Anderson. Anderson, 3 ball by Max Anderson from the top of the key to make it 54-31 Panthers. As Poppy across the timeline now for the Bulldogs. 6:52 remaining in the game. Cross-court pass now to Wood. Wood back towards center now. Comes down to the wing now. Hands it off to Reen. Reen, top of the key. Into the corner now is Wood. Wood, 3 ball, shot no good. And rebounded by Fuentes. Fuentes pass intercepted. Intercepted by Wood. Wood in the corner. Back out to the wing on the left side. Now a 3 ball on the way. Shot no good. Rebounded by Poppy. He'll put up a shot no good off the glass. Coming up with it is Berger. And Berger now comes across the timeline for the Panthers. Keeps it himself. Nope. Gets it over to Diepenbrock. Left corner. 3 ball. Shot no good. Rebounded by Anderson. Anderson over to Olsen. Olsen will come across the timeline now for the Bulldogs. Back to Wood. Wood on the left wing now. Wood tries to drive inside, whistle foul. Foul will be on Fuentes. Coming in now for the Panthers will be Kraleski and also Dayton Jamison. So inbounded now to Poppy. 3 ball, shot no good. Anderson with the rebound to Kraleski. Kraleski quickly back the other way for the Panthers now. Three ball by Jamison. Rims out, no good. And loose ball, and coming up with it is Królewski. Back out to Anderson, top of the key now to Fuentes. Fuentes on the right wing now to Jamison. Jamison, cross-court pass to Anderson. Anderson now to Diepenbrock. Diepenbrock now. Whistle travel. And so it will stay, or we'll go back to the Bulldogs rather. 5:27 remaining, 54-31 Panthers. So inbounded now to Poppy. And Poppy across the timeline. Poppy now over to Olsen. Olsen on the wing, drives in from the right side, whistle and a foul. Foul will be on Królewski. So inbounding it now will be Poppy. Poppy inbounds it to Reen. Reen top of the key now, back to Poppy on the right wing. Poppy now has to pass it out to Olsen on the outside. Olsen over to Reen. Reen on down to the wing. Inside pass to Poppy, driving the lane, up and in. And so 54-33 Panthers. Across the timeline now to Fuentes. Fuentes over to Jamison. Jamison to Diepenbrock on the right, or on the left wing rather. Now to Królewski. Królewski drives inside. Stop, shot, no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. That is Wood with the rebound. 54-33 Panthers, 4:34 remaining. Wow, a long three by Poppy. Shot no good. Coming up with the rebound is Anderson. Anderson back over to Wood. Wood puts up the shot, whistle and a foul. He'll go to the line for two. Foul will be on Jamison. Thank you to 24/7 and West Wisconsin Telecom, building smart fiber optic communities and homes from the ground up. Visit wwt.coop. The Riverside Grill. Visit the Riverside Grill for daily breakfast and lunch specials. Don't forget about that Friday fish fry, too, at the Riverside Grill, downtown Durand. First free throw good. O'Galley Cheese Factory, just in time for the big game. Cheese and meat trays for that big game get-together from O'Galley Cheese Factory, Highway 25, Durand. And Martin Transport. Visit martin.com for the latest job opportunities. Better in blue at Martin Transport. Second free throw, getting the shooter's roll, is Wood. Looked like it was going to rim out, but it didn't. 54-35 Panthers. Across the timeline now to Królewski. Królewski to Anderson. Anderson on the right wing. Inside pass now to Jamison. Jamison back out to Anderson. Around the horn we go now. Now Jamison from the left wing now over to Królewski. Królewski drives left corner. Kicks it back out to Fuentes. Fuentes over to Królewski. Head fakes, drives in, stops, shot, and sat on the rim. I thought it was just going to sit there. It just fell in. 56-35 Panthers. And Poppy across the timeline now over to Wood. Inside and shot put up, no good. Rebounded by Anderson. Anderson now over to Jamison, whistle and a foul. Foul will be on Wood. And so inbounding it on the far side will be Jamison. 3:35 remaining in the game. Panthers leading 56-35. We have our Bauer Bill Panther postgame show coming up. Hope to talk with Coach Radetzky. Get some scores from her on the Durand Fresh Market scoreboard too. Królewski now across the timeline. Królewski over to Jamison. Jamison now to Anderson. Anderson looking for a cutter. No one there. Now over to Jamison. Jamison to Królewski at the top of the key. He's going to drive into the lane. Stop. Kicks it back out now to Diepenbrock. Diepenbrock now into the corner to Królewski from the right corner. Drives right baseline. Puts up a shot. No good. Rebounded by Wood. And Wood across the timeline for the Bulldogs. Excuse me. And Wood now into the lane. Spin move shot. Counted in the foul. Foul will be on Jamison. Thank you to the Durand Improvement Group. Many hands make light work. Volunteer to help with community events. Visit durandimprovementgroup.org. The Paul Slusher Insurance Agency, your American Family Insurance agent, serving Durand and Chippewa Falls. American Family Insurance that fits your needs. Free throw, no good. Rebounded by the Panthers. As Kraleski will bring it across the timeline now over to Jamison. Jamison on the left wing. Cross-court pass now to Pickler, who was in. Pickler to Kraleski, driving right baseline. Outside to Fuentes once again. Fuentes now down to the right wing to Kraleski, right corner. Comes out to the wing. Top of the key now to Jamison. Jamison to Fuentes, left or on the right wing. Tries to drive inside, can't do it. Over to Pickler. Pickler now hands it off to Jamison. 3-ball on the way. Shot no good. And rebounded by Wood. 56-37 Panthers lead. 2:13 remaining. Wood in the lane. Turnaround jumper. Shot no good. Fuentes with the rebound. Oh, he stepped out of bounds. So inbounding it now will be Meskers for the Bulldogs. And inbounded to Hamley. Hamley puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Pickler. Pickler back to Kraleski. Kraleski across the timeline for the Panthers. Over to Diepenbrock now. Diepenbrock, top of the key. 3-ball on the way. It's good by Diepenbrock. And across the timeline now is Wood. 59-37 Panthers. Kick it back out to the left wing now to Meskers. Meskers now over to Brown. Brown top of the key. Inside pass to Olsen, driving the lane. Whistle foul. He'll go to the line for 2. Foul will be on... We have to wait. Chief Ridgway called the wrong one. It should be White, I think, 21. Yeah, there we go. All right, it's on Fuentes. Okay, it's 4th. Thank you to Ryan Sports Shop. Ryan Sports Shop has all of your ice fishing needs, making hunting, fishing, and outdoor activities fun since 2006. Ryan Sports Shop, downtown Durand. Minute 35 remaining. Panthers going to win this game, 59-37. And free throw on the way is good by Olsen. And so Recken now in for the Panthers. He comes across the timeline. Recken now over to Jamison. Jamison to Diepenbrock. Diepenbrock now head fakes. He's going to drive into the lane. Kicks it back outside now to Jamison, who drives in. Now to Pickler. Pickler drives right baseline. Outside to Diepenbrock. 3-ball. Shot no good. Rebounded by Hamley. Hamley over to Wood. And Wood across the timeline now for the Panthers. Again, they're going to win this game, remain undefeated in the Dun St. Croix. 3-ball on the way. No good. And rebounded by Jamison. Jamison across the timeline. Over to Diepenbrock. Back over to Pickler now. Pickler to Peterson, who's in. Peterson to Pickler. Pickler on the right wing. Pickler's hop, stop, shot, good. So Pickler with a basket to make it 61-38. 30 seconds remaining. Panthers leading. Over to Wood now. Wood top of the key, gets it out to the wing, over to Reen. Now to the top of the key to Olsen. To the right corner. Out to Wood. Wood now trying to drive inside. Gets a chance. Nope. Kicks it out to the left wing. 3-ball on the way. Shot's good by Olsen. To make it 61-41. And Recken will let the clock run out. Panthers win it tonight by a score of 61-41. And we have the Bowerville Panther postgame show coming up next. Being brought to you by Bowerville Tire and Service, Durand and Mall Drive, Eau Claire. It's Durand, Arkansas boys basketball on WRDN.
Thank you for listening to tonight's Durand Panther Sports broadcast on WRDN. Time now for the Bowerbuilt Panther post-game show, brought to you by Bowerbuilt Tire and Service, with locations in Durand and Mall Drive, Eau Claire.
When your reputation is on the line, go to the Midwest leader, Bauer Built Tire and Service, for all your tire and service repair needs. They've been supplying cars, SUVs, light and medium truck tires, as well as farm tires since 1944. Plus, they've built their reputation on services such as alignments, brakes, and suspension work that will exceed your expectations. Stop in today at Bauer Built Tire and Service on Mall Drive in Eau Claire and in Durand. Bauer Built on service.
Welcome back to Durand, Arkansas High School, where tonight the Panthers win it by a score of 61 to Durand, Arkansas High School, where tonight the Panthers win it scoring for by a score tonight 61. Kraleski had 41. Check that. Kraleski had scoring for tonight. Kraleski had 2. 4. Berger check that. Kraleski had 10 rather. Weisenbeck 2. Let's see. Mack had 2. Berger had 15 on the night. Weisenbeck Anderson, Pickler 2, Fuentes had 8, Diepenbrock Anderson had, and also 11. Jameson had Diepenbrock right on 3. And also 8 Jameson on the night. So with the win, check that, the Panthers remain undefeated in the Dunn St. Croix as they go to 10-0. So with the win, the Panthers remain undefeated in the Dunn St. Croix as they go to. Also tonight, let's see, Olson. Wow, he had a heck of a night. He had 14 on the night for the Bulldogs. Meanwhile, Hamley had 5. Anderson had 2. Reen had 5. Olson had 4. And Poppy had 7, while Wood had 4. And with the loss, the Bulldogs now are 6-5 in the conference, 14-5 overall. And again, for the Panthers, game started out really slow. I think we didn't have our first points until almost 4 minutes into the game. But once things started going, Panthers, again, their pressure once again really kind of caused a lot of issues for the Bulldogs tonight, as the Panthers were easily able to pull away, winning tonight 61-41. Coming up on the Bowerville Panther postgame show, hope to talk with Coach Radetzky as well. We're going to also try and run down some scores as well on our Durand Fresh Market scoreboard. Even try and see if we can't get an update as well on the girls game. Last we had it was the Panthers were winning. That was 19-4. And that was in the first quarter. So hopefully we can get an update on that game here as well. That's all coming up on the Bowerville Panther postgame show, being brought to you by Bowerville Tire and Service, Durand and Mall Drive, Eau Claire. It's Durand, Arkansas boys basketball here on WRDN.
When your reputation is on the line, go to the Midwest leader, Bauer Built Tire and Service, for all your tire and service repair needs. They've been supplying cars, SUVs, light and medium truck tires, as well as farm tires since 1944. Plus, they've built their reputation on services such as alignments, brakes, and suspension work that will exceed your expectations. Stop in today at Bauer Built Tire and Service on Mall Drive in Eau Claire and in Durand. Bauer Built on service.
And welcome back to Durand, Arkansas High School, where tonight Panthers win it by a score of 61-41. Joining us right now is Durand, Arkansas head coach Justin Radetzky. All right, Coach. I think it was like the first four minutes it was a pointless game.
It was. We haven't seen many of those out of our guys, or like whoever we played, right? It's usually somebody's on the board. There's some shots weren't falling for us to start. I thought we got some decent looks. We couldn't get a 3 to fall until like 2 minutes left in the first half. And their defense, they really pack it in. So it's almost like we need to either get some stuff in transition or get a couple threes to knock down to kind of stretch them out. But I was really proud on our guys on the defensive end. They were really locked in. I mean, for a while there, they had 6 points for most of that first half, and they scored a couple to end the half. We knew that their guys could shoot from deep. and we had to get out there, and we still kept them in front of us, and just, I thought, played a really good job on the defensive end.
It seemed like the defense really caused the Bulldogs a lot of problems. They were not comfortable out there. Even taking those threes, they really weren't comfortable out there.
Yeah, and it took us to score so we could get in our press, right? So it took us a while before we could get in our press, and then once we were able to, you saw some of that where we caused some problems, got some tip steals, and started turning into some transition buckets for us.
And once you finally did able to get some points on the board, Dylan Berger had a heck of a night tonight. He leads the way with 15.
Yeah, he really found his way inside, and he finishes well, and uses finishes off two and uses a good shot fake and get up, and then he can go up and sky up and finish over top of you too. So he does a nice job at that.
Well, nice win tonight. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Durand, Arkansas head coach Justin Rudetsky as the Panthers win it tonight 61-41. Looking at some scores as well on our Durand Fresh Market scoreboard. Durand Fresh Market, your hometown grocery store. With about 7 minutes remaining in the game, we have Panthers leading over Glenwood City 37-21. Again, 37-21. 7 minutes remaining in the game. Panthers leading over Glenwood City tonight. We'll see if there's any other scores here coming in. Our game ended up pretty quickly. Elk Mound, they defeat Thorpe tonight. That in girls hoops, 64-29 from the JV game tonight. Durand, Arkansas wins that one 52-28. Our next broadcast is tomorrow night, right from here, right from the school, as Durand, Arkansas will have a non-conference boys game taking on Baldwin Woodville Senior Night for the boys. That's coming up tomorrow night. And we will have that game for you here on WRDN with the Advent Health Panther preview at about 7 o'clock. Tip-off at 7:15. Again, our final score tonight, Durand, Arkansas defeats Chetek Weyerhaeuser 61-41. You've been listening to Durand, Arkansas Boys High School Basketball here on Real Country 1430 AM, WRDN, Durand, Mondovi, Wabasha, and 107.3 FM Translator W297CH. Durand, I'm Brian Winnikins. Have a great evening.